Greetings to everyone, you are on the Rave Trading channel, and on this channel I show how you can make money online by trading with the signals of this free analyzer robot. I share this robot with you for free as well, but I explain how to get it in this video. Watch the video carefully, do not skip. I trade on the broker PocketOption. If you don't have an account yet, you can create one via the link in the description under this video. I'm trading on the Euro-Dollar OTC currency pair with a time frame of 5 seconds. These are the settings in the robot. The initial deal amount is 22,000 rubles. In the robot, we press the analyze button, receive a signal for graph movement, a signal for a decline, the deal is opened, and we wait for the result of our deal. The trade closes in profit and the net profit amounted to 20,000 rubles. And continuing trading, signal to go down, trade is open, and we also wait for the result of our trades. Unfortunately, sometimes trades close in the negative because a 100% success rate does not exist, and those who promise it are just scammers. Guys, don't fall for it. The average success rate of this robot is 70%. Yes, there are losing trades, but there are more winning trades. I even cover losing trades by doubling the trade amount, receiving a new signal in the robot. According to the new signal, I enter the trade with an amount twice the previous sum before our loss. This way I earn 40,000 rubles, but considering the previous loss, I break even and additionally earn 18,000 rubles. Here is such a simple strategy. We continue our trade, the transaction amount is 22,000. I return to 22, open a transaction based on the signal and wait for the result plus another 20,000 rubles. The next transaction signal is for an increase also for 22,000 rubles. The transaction is open and it will most likely close at a loss. Therefore, we also cover this losing transaction. The coverage for 44,000 rubles is opened. We wait for the result of the coverage, and the coverage successfully closes in a profit. Well, as I said, I'm sharing this robot with you completely free of charge in my Telegram channel. The link to my Telegram will also be under this video. Go to my Telegram and press the robot button in the pinned message. The robot is suitable for phones, computers and tablets. There is no difference. You can trade and earn from any device, trading by signals of course, with this free analyzer robot. Also in the Telegram channel there are reviews from people, my statistics on working with this robot, and a lot of useful information. If you're interested, also subscribe to Telegram. But I will continue my trading. Analyze signal to increase by 22,000 rubles. The trade is opened and we are waiting for the result of the trade. Excellent. The trade closes with a profit. The next trade is to decrease, also for 22,000 rubles. The trade is open. We are waiting for the result. Another trade is in the plus. Our next trade is for a decrease for 22,000 rubles, confidently closing in the plus again. The next trade for an increase for 22,000 rubles will most likely close in the minus. Therefore, we will offset this losing trade through coverage. Analyze signal for an increase. I am opening a trade for an increase for 44,000 rubles. Sometimes, of course, you have to make several overlaps. That happens. Therefore, I recommend a balance of at least 5,000 rubles, so you have enough for placing trades with covers, because sometimes, well, it may really take up to 5 covers since there's strong volatility on the chart, yes, and it's hard for the robot to analyze. Well, still our cover worked, the third or fourth one, right? We returned the amount of 22,000 rubles, analyzing the signal to increase. A deal for 22,000 rubles ideally will close confidently in profit. Yes, the next deal is open for a decrease for 22,000, awaiting the result of this deal. It's closing in loss. High volatility on the asset, but I will continue trading on this asset. I will no longer jump between different currency pairs. Alright, excellent. Our hedge closes in profit. The next trade is to decrease. The trade is open, waiting for the result. It should ideally close in profit. The next trade is an upward one for 22,000 rubles, opened based on the robot signal, and this trade also closes in profit. The next trade is a decrease, opened for 22,000 rubles, and we also wait for the result. It closes in the negative. Through covering, we work off the negative trades. It seems that another covering will have to be done here. Analyzing the increase for 88,000 rubles. Trade is open. Let's do another offset for increase. The robot still suggests opening trades for an increase. Ideally, the chart should go up. Excellent. The amount is back to 22,000 rubles. Analyze for decrease. I opened the trade, waiting for the trade result. Well, I think it's a confident plus. The next trade is up for 22,000 rubles. I opened this trade and it closes at a loss, so the volatility is still high, but we'll try to earn on such volatility. Okay, our offset closes in profit. We've recovered the loss. Let's continue. Yes, here of course I didn't enter at the most advantageous level exactly when the candle shot up, so our trade closes at a loss. And as you can see, the candles are the body of the candle is quite large, consequently the volatility on the asset is high, and it's hard for the robot to analyze such volatile charts. But we'll try to boost the deposit with such a chart, analyzing the next signal for an increase at 176,000 rubles, our coverage. This is the third or fourth coverage. You see the maximum reaches even with such high volatility. And right in front of you, using this robot, I earned 300,000 rubles. The balance is already 4,312,000 rubles. I can also refresh the page for you now and show that this money is real. This is not a demo account. The demo account is below. This is real money that I earned trading according to the signals of this free robot. Also, the trades that I opened today, part of the trades were loaded. All trades were opened with you. But if you want to trade with this robot, I remind you, it is in my Telegram channel. You don't need to pay me for it. I only ask you to like the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you have any questions about working with this robot, you can ask your questions in the comments. To all your questions, I will answer. Well, whether or not to trade with this robot is of course entirely up to you. Well, I'll continue my trading session. I want to show you more statistics on this robot. I hope you're not bored watching this video and that I'm not filming such a long video for nothing. Let's go. Analyze the signal for a decrease at 22,000 rubles. Trade is open, waiting for the trade result. The deal closes in profit. Now I want to increase the amount to 33,000 rubles to earn more from each deal. So the deal for 33,000 rubles based on the signal is open. We wait for the deal's result. Well, in the last second the deal closes in loss, so we cover it. The next deal is for 66,000 rubles. The coverage closes in profit for us. Excellent. We continue trading, analyzing the signal for a decline. Yes, I entered this deal at slightly less favorable levels, but yeah, unfortunately it closed at a loss at a not very favorable level. We will compensate for this losing deal through coverage. Coverage at 66,000 rubles is also a loss. We make a second coverage, signal for a decrease. The trade is open. We are waiting for the result. So what is it? The trade is break even. Didn't earn, didn't lose. Therefore, we open the trade again for the same amount and wait for the result of the trade. Excellent. The cover worked for 33,000. Let's keep trading. Signal to increase. The deal is open. We're waiting for the result. Well, here's a confident plus again on the rise. Of course, I didn't open at the most favorable level. Yes, our position. The deal closes in negative. Analyze for an increase. The coverage deal at 66,000 rubles. Well, the chart went down for us, so we make another coverage at 132,000 rubles. Of course, we want this coverage to close confidently in the positive. Excellent. The coverage closes in profit. And 435,000 rubles I earned. Well, about 400,000 rubles in 5 to 7 minutes of trading. Yeah, it feels like with the help of this free robot. So guys, if you want to trade with it, take it for free on my Telegram. As I said, you don't need to pay me for it. I only ask you to like the video. And also, if you have questions left, write and ask your questions in the comments. I will answer all your questions. And as I always say, whether to trade with this robot or not is of course entirely up to you. I'm not forcing anyone to use it. If you want, trade independently, yes, by analyzing the chart. However, if you lack the skills and knowledge, you can use this tool. I believe it will be very, very useful at the start, especially since you get it absolutely free and don't have to pay for it. Let's continue with my trading. I want to boost the deposit further, at least up to 4.5 million. Let's finish up with the deposits. Basically, for today, I think I'll wrap up my trading session. We have a trade for an increase opened for 33,000 rubles, closing at a loss. Therefore, we cover our losing trades through overlapping. 1 second remains before the overlap closes. Excellent. The overlap immediately closes in profit. Again at 33,000 rubles, a trade to decrease, but you see I didn't manage to enter the trade at a more favorable level. So it closes at a loss. Let's go. Overlay to increase at 66,000 rubles. The trade is open, waiting for the result. Again, we do a cover on a decrease for 132,000 rubles based on the robot signal. And again, yes, the volatility is indeed high, as I mentioned, but the main thing is to have a balance. So for opening these coverage trades, the trade is a break-even, neither earned nor lost. So we open a new trade according to the robot's signal, and finally our coverage closes in the black And we're just a tiny bit away, literally one trade away from closing in the black, and $500,000 will be earned in this video for you to see. That's it, excellent. 4,505,000 rubles. Excellent result. $500,000 was earned in front of you. That's how it is trading with the signals of this free robot. Yes, the success rate is not 100%. You won't become a millionaire in one day. But as you see, you can still earn and earn quite well. The main thing, guys, is to trade according to the strategy, work from hedging, and I recommend topping up the balance at least from 5,000 rubles or $50. Plus, there is a promo code TAC120. You will find it in the description under this video and in the pinned comment. This promo code will give you an extra 60% on your deposit. Deposit 10,000 rubles and you will get 6,000 rubles on top, so your balance will be 16,000 rubles. But with 16,000 rubles, it's much more pleasant to boost your trading deposit because you can already specify a larger trade amount, at least 500 rubles as the initial trade amount rather than 100. With 100 rubles, it's really very slow to boost your trading deposit. Basically, if you don't have at least 5,000 rubles, I wouldn't really recommend getting started. You can of course top up with 2,000 rubles, but it will be very slow. Guys, that's it. Basically, I'll wrap up this trading session here. The video dragged on. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and ask questions in the comments. I will answer all your questions. Well, I bid you farewell. See you in a new video. I wish you big wins, of course. And goodbye, everyone.